Hi guys, this is TK. Ever since the pandemic started, there is an increase in people getting into the hobby of cycling. If you are one of them, you might eventually need to do some form of servicing or even repairs on your bicycle. One of the more common issues you will face as a cyclist is having a flat tire. So in this video, I will show you how you can fix your flat tire using my 26-inch mountain bike wheel as a demo, with tools and replacement parts from the popular sports departmental store Decathlon. All you need for this repair is a tire lever and a replacement inner tube. At the time of making this video, 2 inner tubes and a set of tire lever costed me only $19. My bike was rather old and the outer tire was worn out, so I decided to replace the outer tire with one that I bought from Shopee. Links to all the items listed are in the video description. So we start off by first disengaging the brakes. This gives you sufficient space for the wheel to be removed. We then proceed to remove the wheel from the bike by loosening the wheel axle. Since the one on my bike is a quick release axle, it does not require any tools for removal. If you find nuts at the end of the axle, proceed to loosen it using a spanner. Once the tire is out, the first step is to deflate the tire. You can do so by using this part of the tire lever and pressing it on top of the nozzle. This will allow us to slot the tire lever between the outer tire and the wheel. Pry it up and outwards. The tire lever comes in a set of 3, but you would only need to use 2 for this repair. Use the second lever and insert it the same way as the first level, followed by slowly running it around the circumference of the wheel rim. Once we run it through the circumference, we will be able to get access to the inner tube. Because I am replacing the outer wheel, I remove the outer wheel entirely. If you are replacing just the inner tube, you can skip this step. I proceed to fix just one side of the outer tire onto the wheel rim and then insert the new lightly inflated inner tube into the outer tire. You will want to first align the nozzle of the tire to the hole on the wheel rim before stuffing the rest of the inner tube in. The reason why we inflate the inner tube slightly is because we do not want it to be caught between the contact points of the wheel rim and the outer tire. This will cause the inner tube to be pinched when we fully inflate the wheel and could potentially damage the wheel as we cycle. Once the inner tube is in, we can use the tire lever to feed the other side of the outer tire into the wheel rim. If this is the first time you are trying out such repairs, you might think of using a flathead screwdriver instead of buying a tire lever, considering that you are probably only going to do such repairs every once in a blue moon. I would strongly advise against doing that because of 2 reasons. The first obvious reason is that you risk puncturing the inner tube due to the sharp corners of a flathead screwdriver, and the second reason is that you risk damaging your wheel rim as you run the screwdriver across the entire circumference. Now that we are done with the installation, we can fully inflate the tire and check that there isn't any part of the wheel that is misaligned. We can then proceed to install the wheel back onto the bike. We can now move on to the rear wheel. Before starting the repair, you will need to shift both of your chain rings and cassette, or in layman terms your front and back gears, to the lowest gear. This will give the chain more slack, making it easier to remove the rear wheels. If you do not have a bike workshop stand, get a friend to help lift the bike and pull the rear derailleur down and backwards, and the wheel should come right off. The tyre replacement for the rear wheel is the same, except for when we are trying to remove or install the wheel due to the rear derailleur. Now it is time to reinstall the rear wheel. With the bike being suspended mid-air, align the upper gear chain onto the smallest gear on the cassette. Lower the bike slowly until the frame sits nicely on the wheel axle. Check to make sure that the gear chain is aligned properly to the chain rings. Complete the installation by fastening the wheel axle, and do not forget to re-engage your brakes before going for a test ride. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, do give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you next time.